The goal for development is to help people find themselves, nurture their basic needs, and design a life where they don't get so burned out and stressed all the time. Because one thing that happens is society is good at suppressing us, judging us, limiting us, or setting us in very rigid paths that are unsustainable, at least unsustainable in the sense that if we stay on these paths and they're not optimal for us, it can lead to burnout, it can lead to anxiety, it can lead to unnecessary stress and emotional, physical, mental challenges, because sometimes we stop paying attention to our own needs when we are living in a way where we're just trying to fit in or just trying to avoid judgments. And it can be exhausting. So I think if there's one overarching goal with development, it's to help people realize that within themselves they have certain instincts and they can be judged sometimes, they can be criticized sometimes, and that's okay. That doesn't define you as a person. And one of the things we look at in development, we use personality psychology, but not to limit anyone, not to give anyone a profile, not to tell you this is who you are and you're screwed. No, we use it more as a way of understanding what are our basic needs. Individually, what do we all need to feel better? Like an extrovert will need more socialization, more variability in their lives, more changes to feel better. An introvert will need more alone time, more structure, more mental peace to feel better. And that's okay. And you can be a mix of an extrovert and an introvert. You can be an ambivert. Like, we're all a mix of different personalities and different moments and different contexts. We operate in different ways. We're not just one thing. Our personality or mix of personalities really can help us design a life that actually works for us. Because when we don't know where to start, we either start copying other people or we follow blindly advice that might not be tailored to us. I don't know about you, but in the past, I have read self-help guides, entrepreneurship books, watched videos on YouTube on how to do things in life where I had the thought of, oh, if this worked for that person, it should work for me. And maybe that person needed something different than me.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why personality psychology can help us try to tailor things a little more for our needs. So we can take advice from others, we can take feedback from others, we can learn from others. But if we can tailor things a little bit more and be mindful of our basic needs and be mindful of how our body and mind will react to certain environments and certain activities, then we can design our lives in such a way that we don't burn out too much and where we can recover from stressful situations easier. So we talk a lot about burnout prevention and we talk about burnout recovery by designing lives that recharge us. So we talk about how we have a mental battery, an emotional battery, a social battery, and a physical battery.
Okay.
That if we can find the ideal level of socialization, we can find the ideal level of physical movement, we can find the right sources of information to nurture our mind, we can develop healthier, more positive relationships. If we can do a series of things to create a space that makes us feel better, then we'll be better. And not only will we be better off, we will be kinder to others, we will be more generous to others. And one of the things that happens with people is they are afraid of rejection, they're afraid of failure, they're afraid of all these things that can go wrong. But when is it that things go most wrong? When we're burned out, when we're stressed, when we can't concentrate, and when we have reached our limits. Think of most of the conflicts you've had with people in your life. In those moments, it's very common to be in a state of some type of burnout or some type of excessive stress and not think clearly and not be really present, like just reacting in the moment with emotions that might not be under control or might not be directed towards the future that's really desired or best for everyone. So one of the ways we can do that is if we can prevent burnout a little bit, we can make people feel a little bit better. And we can be mindful of bringing out the best in ourselves, but also bringing out the best in others and creating a space that's also inclusive for others, comfortable for others. Then we're going to have less drama in our lives. We're going to have less problems in a day-to-day, because if everyone feels a bit better and everyone is considered a little bit, then we all can just be comfortable and be ourselves.